How are you doing this evening, Justina? Hello, hello. Hello, Arkansas. I don't know. Are y'all my followers? Did y'all see I was supposed to be on here live at 7? I was running a little behind. I was trying to go live on my laptop, and my husband had me all set up, put the Streamlabs on there and everything. Hello, hello. Could not get it to work. I was going to go live on my big screen. You'll see my big screen there. So y'all have been really big. Y'all's comments would have been really big, but I don't know. So we had to make do with my iPad like I usually use. Hello, Kentucky, Montana. Hello, Montana. Just had a niece that moved up to Montana. Nice to see everyone. So it looks like I know the big screen would have been cool, right? I don't know. We'll play with it, but we got it all set up, and then I went to hit go live, and it said my credentials weren't correct, so I don't even know what that was about. Today has been a technology day, let me just tell y'all. Technology challenge day. Hello, hello. Looks like some of you have been on my lives before, so for those of you joining, you put the name of the person that you want read in the comments, and then my moderator chooses someone, and then I will just pull someone up. Yes, it is about to start storming here, and I was going to warn y'all. The wind is blowing, it's thundering, so sometimes we lose electricity when it's this kind of weather, but I said I was going to go live, so here I am. I see over there in Iowa, someone mentioned it, so it must be storming over there too. It's like tornado weather here. Where I live, though, we don't typically get tornado, like right in my pocket, because I live close to the river. I live in a suburb. Well, Bellevue doesn't like to be called a suburb, but we're really right outside of Omaha. And we are close, like we're south of Omaha, close to the river. Like we're really close to the river, because I had to have trees when we moved here. So that's where we are. It's, here. I'll take y'all and let you look out the window, and then we'll get to reading. Y'all want to look out my window over here? We're going to head through my office. So this is my view when I am reading every day. You'll see those trees blowing. They don't look like they're blowing too bad in here, but they really are. Like on the screen, it doesn't look like they're blowing very bad, but in real life, they are. Okay. So, I'm gonna pull, yeah, it is beautiful. I love, that view is what sold us on this house. I walked in and just stood here in the bedroom, was like, yep, we're buying it. My husband's like, don't we want to look at more of the house? Sorry, I was trying to get my iPad plugged back in. All right, got y'all plugged back in so I don't die. All right, so I'm going to start tonight with Jess, Mrs. Betty, because I think she was the first one on here to request someone. I don't know if she was she not? She was up at the top. Jess was the first person to tell me hi. You were the first person to tell me hi, huh, Jess? My moderator didn't believe me. All right. We're going to read Jess's Miss Betty. So now, Jess, if you're listening, if you're on here, please confirm or deny. See, she said I was. She's claiming it. I was the first one to tell her hi. Okay, so I am getting like Christmas candy. When I asked for Miss Betty to step up, I'm getting Christmas candy, and I'm getting Divinity. I don't know if you've ever had that or seen it made. It's that white candy that has like pecans in it. That's the first thing that stepped up. And then she's showing me having her makeup done. She was someone who liked to do her hair and makeup, and she, thank you. I love people sending me positive vibes. Thank you, thank you. She had like to do the hot rollers. That's what it is. Hot rollers. All right. So Jess, does that fit your Mrs. Betty? I'm seeing someone. Oh, I thought one of my moderators had answered me. I do spirit-led one round, and then my moderator will choose someone. Spirit-led moderator. We kind of go back and forth. Jess, if you're on here, please confirm or deny. If it's not your spirit, then please feel free to say, nope, that does not sound like my Mrs. Betty.
Yep, she did. She didn't wear too much makeup, I don't think, but I could be wrong.
Okay. And so I'm assuming that the Christmas candy and divinity made sense to you, because I don't know if I've ever gotten divinity in a reading. This lady was all about the holidays and celebrating.
I think it would need a little more info.
She said she does need more info.
I think I would need a little more info.
Okay, so I wonder if it's not for you, because for a spirit to...
I don't remember that, but Christmas was her favorite.
Okay, so that must be it, because divinity is something that we only make at Christmas.
And yeah, she loved the holidays.
And she was just all about all the Christmas goodies and all the Christmas cooking, and she was all about the family. It wasn't about making sure that everything was all prim and proper and everything was decorated to the nines. And she reminds me of these people that have like the mismatched trees, because every ornament has a meaning to it. She's someone who was all about, she's showing me Easter too, and it was just all about the love of the season and the meaning of it, instead of, she liked to have fun, don't get me wrong. And I think I'm seeing a ham, so she must be one of those people that like to cook her ham at Easter. Now, Jess, she's talking about that you have been trying really hard to...
Oh, yeah, she did.
Thank you for confirming that.
And loved to have fun.
Yeah, she did. She was just a beautiful lady. And she's talking about that you yourself have been kind of going through a time in your life where, when you go through those times and you just wake up and you are determined that you're not going to let life get you down, that you're not going to succumb to that negative feelings going on internally. And she's actually saying you're doing a really good job, that you are...
Yep, that's me.
You have just tried hard. You've determined that, and I'm proud of you. I have known a lot of people, even today, my moderator husband came home from work. I'm in here in my office. He's like, oh my goodness, you look tired. What's wrong with you? I was like, it has just been a day. Like, people think psychic mediums, oh yes, we're love and light. Yeah, but we still struggle with that dense emotions and just where everything keeps going wrong every day. And this was a technology day. But she's saying that you are doing the right thing and that you are doing a great job of stopping the negative thought circles and dropping in something positive. Like, every time you get this negative thought circle going, you're really good about pulling yourself away and talking and thinking about something positive. She's very proud of you for doing that. And she's also saying that this energy that we're feeling, this kind of heavy, dense energy that we're feeling, is going to be lasting through, where is she saying? Close to the end of the year, which does not give me warm fuzzies. Can we have a different answer, Miss Betty? So Miss Betty's funny, because it's like, can we have a different answer? She's like, oh, honey, I'm just telling you how it is. I don't make up the rules. I'm just telling you how it is. Oh, my goodness. I absolutely love this lady. She has a beautiful energy. Also, she's telling to start journaling, honey. Make sure you get a journal and you start journaling. That would do you a world of good. All right. Thank you so much for letting me read your beautiful Miss Betty. She did a really good job, and now she has me wanting some candy, and I don't need that in my life. Actually, just divinity. I haven't had divinity in years and years and years and years. All right. Looks like I have another, I haven't done psychic in a little while, so it looks like I have another moderator in here, so y'all can throw some psychic questions in there, and she'll get them. Or y'all want to see her? People have been asking, because I put on there that she had mouth surgery, so here she is. I don't know, can they see you?
Yes, they can see me.
Wait. So here she is. She's recovering from her mouth surgery nicely.
Nancy's dad, Dominic.
Nancy's dad, Dominic. Okay, Miss Nancy, listen up, and we'll see if we got your dad going on here. Okay, so whenever I was calling up Dominic, I was getting someone who was dressed very casually. He showed me that he worked with his hands. He was a guy who, he liked to have fun, but he also said what he meant. He wasn't someone who was going to exaggerate. He wasn't someone who was just going to talk to hear himself talking. He was very down to earth. He said what he meant, and he's showing me wearing.
Yes.
Very good. He came through with his personality very strong. So whenever y'all hear me get personalities, that is when I'm using my clairsentience, because I know that I've been getting questions lately on, which I used to be curious too when I would have readings and talk to mediums, like, how are you getting information? How do you know that? So I'm going to start breaking down how I get some of these readings to y'all. If you find it interesting, great. If it's boring to you, just let me know and I can cut that part of the reading out. But I know whenever people have been asking me a lot of questions, I think, well, maybe everyone has these same wonders and curiosity. So how I got his personality instantly was just clairsentience. I just had a feeling for him. Also, he's dressed in these dark work pants, so I knew that he was someone who worked hard. And when I was about to say that he was someone who said what he meant and meant what he said, he smiled at me like, yes, but I was also fun. So I saw these brilliant smiles. I was like, oh yeah. He loves to laugh also. He's saying, Nancy, that and I feel like he's been gone for a little while. He is acknowledging that, and that he had just a beautiful send-off. So I'm not sure if you had a part in planning his send-off and his funeral, and he was just talking about it was beautiful. It was so much more than he deserved, and he never thought that he made such a big impression on other people. Who is coming through? I am reading Dominic for Nancy. She's already claimed him. Or actually, she asked for him, and then she confirmed that that it was him. He's also, Nancy, he made me look out the window. I was like, oh yeah, it is starting to storm. So he was someone who really liked to watch the weather. Thank you. That is Wayfair. Wayfair. Yeah, that's where I got it from, Wayfair. He liked to watch the weather. He's showing me, he dropped a picture in of himself. He's drinking a cup of something. It looks like it's coffee because it's in a mug and it would be hot. And he kind of has his hand like this and he's looking out the window. So I don't know if you remember him, watching him look out the window, standing there drinking a cup of coffee. But he dropped that in. And when spirits drop scenes into my head like that, it's to bring back a memory to you. Something that you will remember happening. And thank you for confirming that. So again, how I knew that, he dropped the actual clairvoyantly, he dropped that picture in. I could just see him looking out the window. Sometimes he shows me, you do the same thing, Nancy, that you will look out the window and you will think of him. And so I don't know why this raining weather is making such a connection to him, but it's just now starting to rain, light thunderstorm going on, and he just is admiring it. So he would have loved that time in when that fresh smell, whenever the rain goes off. He also did not care for technology. So, how I know he doesn't care for technology is my moderator is sitting right here to my left, and she's fast and furiously texting in between writing down your psychic questions. And he brought my attention to her, and when I looked down here, he kind of rolled her eyes like, oh my goodness, those kids and their phones. So that is actually called a forced connection. Whenever spirit uses something in your environment to give you information. So I was sitting here and I just had to look down there at her, what she was doing. And she's, like I said, fast and furiously texting. And he's rolling his eyes, which is quite funny. He says you do the same thing though. Nancy, he's teasing you, saying that you're in a carpal tunnel. So he's teasing you that you are texting way too much. But it's the way, I run a whole business off of my phone. So it's where we where we are with our lives nowadays. He is, he's telling me, okay, that your phone has, he messes with, let me take it back, not just your phone, some kind of electronic. He messes with some kind of electronic in your house, and he wants you to know that is him. Thank you for the lights. Someone knows those are my favorites. Almost every time I'm on here, someone gives me those lights, and they're my favorite. Someone knows me well on here. Thank you, thank you. I don't know why I love this. Remind me of Christmas. Okay, we're about to do some. Oh, doesn't look like we have too many psychic questions. If you go four, we'll muddle through those real quick. Where is my? Oh, there it is. I do want to remind y'all that next Tuesday, a week from today, I have my event coming up. It's a Zoom event, and it's gallery style. So it is where I bring up a spirit and someone claims it, but the number of people that I'm limiting it to 25. So there's going to be a much greater chance of getting a reading. I will also be answering some psychic questions in there. If you are interested, you can buy a ticket at my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, under the events. And then you click on it and buy a ticket. Okay, let's see who we got here. Jackie Stills, will I buy this house? I'm feeling a lot of positivity in that. Hockey Mama 10, should I go back to school? Yes. I had to stop for a minute, so again, I'm walking you through this tonight. If it's not something, if y'all don't enjoy being walked through the readings, just message me or let me know in the comments, like, no, you don't want to hear the reasoning behind it, you just want to hear the reading. So I had to take a step back because anytime anyone mentions education to me, I am a college instructor by trade. I will always push education. I feel like there is just freedom in education. And so I had to make sure I visually pushed my ego out of the way and stepped into the question again. And I got, yes, you should go back to school. Mandy wants to know, will I conceive a baby naturally this year? You know, I am not feeling a lot of positivity in that area. But whenever you go to a psychic, just know that psychic is never 100%. And you can change the energy of things just by great manifestation work. So if I tell you something you don't want to hear, don't use it as the tried and true. Use it as a catapult to change your manifestation techniques and just start manifesting the tar out of that. Thank y'all for the birds. I appreciate it. Leah, will Joe and her find their way back to each other? You know, I am feeling yes, but it was a slight yes, which tells me that there's going to have to be some work done, and you're going to need to really put some energy towards that to make it happen. Okay, so the last two readings were spirit led. Now I'm going to, I'm sorry, a spirit interrupted me. I was about to say, I'm going to pull up a spirit, and I just kept hearing Papa Joe, Papa Joe, Papa Joe. And then I was having this whole discussion with this spirit. I was like, Papa Joe, didn't I just read Papa Joe the other day? He's like, no, Papa Joe. What is that?
Do you know Rebecca Colson? Okay.
Not that I'm.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Keep on.
So, Papa Joe. And then he was like, I was having a whole discussion with him. Okay, so I have a Papa Joe. So I'm assuming he's a Papa. His name is Joe. Okay, what you got for me, Papa Joe? Papa Joe liked to smoke. He liked to smoke a lot. He's one of these people that would have been sick, dying of something related to cancer, and still smoking. He also was very funny. Oh my goodness. I love this guy's personality. Hello, Louisiana. What part of Louisiana are you from? You know, what's the stomping ground? I love me some Louisiana. So, okay, let me make notes. I make notes so I don't forget what I've said. Smoking, good personality, funny. He liked to tease. Hello, Mississippi. Slidell, yes ma'am. I love me some Slidell. All right, so if it fits, put yes in the comments. We have a Papa Joe. He was a smoker. He was smoking even after he shouldn't have been smoking. He was ill from smoking, and he continued to smoke. But he was a very funny person. He's...
Becker said yes.
What's her name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie in the house. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all for the pearl. That's cool. Okay, distraction. So again, as I looked at that and was like, oh, that's cute, and I was all looking at this pearl and everything, Papa Joe was like, do we have a little bit of squirrel brain today? Well,
that's her daddy.
Yeah.
Her dad.
He could have, and I said, squirrel brain. Yes, I'm glad to have my squirrel brain back, because today, I don't know if y'all have ever gone through those days where it's just heavy energy, you're struggling, you don't feel like yourself. So I'm very happy to have my squirrel brain back, Papa. I should have just gone live earlier, because it's like y'all's energy infuses me. I should do that more often. Like just pop on here when I'm feeling down, because y'all infuse me with some good energy. I'm completely using y'all's good energy, just so you know. Papa Joe is talking about, have you been reading a new book or studying something new? He's really pulling me in a direction of, I just started reading a new book today, and so I'm not sure if it's about the subject matter of my book, or if he's talking about that you have started studying something new. My new book is on angels, because I'm offering an angel course at the end of the year, and so I'm going back and really talking about reading some angels.
I used to read a lot when he was alive, but I haven't in a while.
You know, so when spirits bring up stuff like that, he's talking about those were peaceful times for you, because he showed me you reading a book, and I could tell that you can get lost in a book. I can do the same thing. You can be in the room with me and I can be reading, and you can be having a whole full-blown conversation with me. I will not hear you because I am in my book. And you could do the same thing. And he's very much saying that you need to pull back to those times, to the simple pleasures, and it quiets. He used to tease you about, yeah. I was a total bookworm growing up. It was a great escape for me. You know, I didn't have the most fun in my household, so it was a great way to escape. Now I just read because I'm constantly learning and constantly teaching something. So it just always reading. So make sure you're going back to those times and you are really pulling on a subject that pulls at your heart, that you can get lost in, and it's a meditative state for you. It's really good for you. I love that. I love when spirits talk to their people about reading. Also, he shows me that you have recently been, I hope people are seeing this, getting money on TikTok. I know. Well, don't give them money, dang it. Do not give them money. Okay, you've recently been sitting out in the sun, and you're sitting in the sun, and I see that your legs are kind of up, they're bent up, your feet aren't touching the ground, and you're playing on your phone. And when spirits give me scenes from your everyday life like that, it's just so they know, you know that they're around you. I don't let spirits say, tell them I'm around them. They have to prove it to me. So that's his way of proving that he's around you. All right. Are you about to say something? Okay. Thank you so much for letting me read your daddy.
Somebody mentioned that they're using your photo and name as fakies again.
You know, it's crazy. I searched the other day and there was like, I don't know, 8, 9 people impersonating me. That was all that came up. But there's a lot more out there, and it's not just me. They're doing it to a lot of the psychic mediums. It's very annoying because people are so desperate for information and they want a reading so badly, and they're preying on people in some of their worst times. So please don't give them money. And I know that people have Venmo'd spammers enough money that they could have just booked a reading with me. So a couple of ways Christy Godwin Psychic Medium is the only place you can book a reading. There's a few different options. There's a quick 15-minute option. So if you just need a quick question answered, you just need a quick, boom, 15 minutes. There's a 30-minute option and an hour option. Also next Tuesday, I'm going to have a Zoom event, which is a gallery like this, very cheap, $25. I'm limiting the number of people so that there is a better chance of you getting a reading. Someone says, it just popped up. Every once in a while I look up here. My moderators hate it because then I start reading the comments. You hear them complaining. They're all grumbling at me. But someone says, do you see me? Do you need to be seen, honey? I see you. Sunshine, I see you. What about when is the Zoom? The Zoom is next Tuesday.
The 12th, 6:30.
The 12th at 6:30 p.m.
Look it on your website under events.
It's on my website under events. So I'm about to take y'all there because some people, I've had a couple of messages. I thought it was kind of easy to find. I don't know. My website is, it has a lot on there. So you go to Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. That's where I'm going right now. It's pulling me up. Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. This is what my webpage looks like. Then you see these buttons, these lines over here. Y'all click on them. And then there's events. So if you just want an appointment, you go book now. But this is events. And then you scroll down to right there. It says Magical Moments. And it says it's an online event. And then you do join. And that's where you purchase your tickets.
Did you answer how many people were in the Zoom?
25. Maxing out at 25. That's how many tickets I'm selling. Now what usually happens is I sell that many tickets, but inevitably a couple of people can't make it. What is it?
Somebody's looking at your phone and say, girl, that battery's low.
Y'all funny. Y'all crack me up. Okay, you ready to do some psychic?
Hold on, I'm writing.
I'm waiting for my moderator to finish, my psychic moderator to finish writing this last question. She must need to get it down there badly.
Tennessee Honeybee 79, my divorce be good to me.
Will your divorce be good to you? It'll get you freedom. It's what you need. That's what I got. Okay. To pin. Will I find a new place very soon? Okay, so let's quantify very soon. Let's see. Are you going to find a new place in the next month? No. In the next 2 months. I'm feeling positivity in the next 2 months, but not... Someone says, do I run or go back to him? I did not even see who wrote that, but instantly I got run. Maria, will I be leaving my current job this year? Yes, you will be. I was outside and some junk blew in my hair. You'll have to excuse my hair. Jeanette, will I get pregnant this year? Okay, will she get pregnant next year? Jeanette, I'm feeling next year. Lisa Dugan, 952. Am I in the right career field? Am I in the right career field? You know, I was getting a maybe on that. So this is one of those times I wish you were in front of me and we could hash this out because I'm getting a maybe. So when I'm getting a maybe, it tells me that you're headed in the right direction, but you're not quite there yet. So you're in the right broad spectrum area, but you haven't zoned in on the exact job. So kind of think outside the box on that. Ravita, 1987, will I have a baby? You will? Wait a minute, will I have a baby? You know, I'm not feeling a lot of positivity in that area. But again, psychic is never, ever, ever 100%. Just remember that. Never, ever 100%. Eric, will I find my soulmate? I am getting positivity in that. But someone, I was reading the other day, I can't remember who it was, and I was so going to go back. It was one of those times I was reading a book, and I didn't highlight it, and then I couldn't find it, and I don't remember which book it was, because I always have like 15 going. But it was about a soulmate, and it says soulmates are frequently made and not found. So I want everyone to remember, everyone's so interested in finding their twin flame or their soulmate. Make sure you find someone that there is mutual respect. And people's like, don't I need to love them? Well, of course you need to love them, but out of all the people I'll counsel, out of all the people I life coach, relationships don't end because of lack of love. They end because of a lack of mutual goal setting and mutual respect. Sweet Tooth 1988, will I find a new job, career? I'm feeling positivity in that, but let me see if I can zone in on a time. Okay, Sweet Tooth 1988, will she find a new job by the end of August? No. I'm feeling towards the fall. Towards the fall, you're going to find something. K8EPT2, should I adopt? Yes, I'm feeling positivity in that. Dixie Doty 273, will I get a divorce soon? I am not feeling positivity in that you will get a divorce soon. All right. Is it my turn or your turn? It's your turn, I think.
I'll have to go with Danny, Uncle Jimmy Dunn.
Danny. Uncle Jimmy.
Dunn.
Jimmy Dunn. Okay, Jimmy Dunn.
Danny 24.
Okay, did y'all have a nickname for Jimmy Don, like initials? Because as I'm calling Jimmy Don, I'm feeling like it is way too long of a name, and that it's more of like initials or something that is cut short. Jimmy Don's also showing me that he was, am I phrasing?
No.
That he was always about the family functions. And for whatever reason, he's making me feel like he couldn't stay there very long, but he always tried to make an appearance. Also, he's showing me plumbing. Have you been having plumbing problems, or was he a plumber? I don't know why he's showing me.
We called him Jim.
Jim. Oh, okay. And what's this plumbing thing? Was he a plumber? Are you having plumbing problems? I don't know why I'm seeing, like I'm actually seeing PVC pipes. Is that what they're called, those white pipes? Mm-hmm. Seeing PVC pipes. So make sure, if you're listening, Danny, confirm or deny. You did confirm the shorter name.
She just said yes, he always went to family things.
Okay. All right, so we will continue on with this. I know it's hard. I was waiting for that comment to come in. I always like to have at least a couple of confirmations before I go through and just start reading so we can make sure we have the right spirit. And I appreciate your diligence in trying to get them through. It can be hard sometimes when you have a lot of people.
Plumbing problems.
Oh, you're having the plumbing problems? Plumbing problems, absolutely, I don't like them. Water is supposed to be contained in pipes or sinks unless it's outside the house. No water in the house. So he's a funny guy, because as we're talking, he's showing me, which I don't think you're actually doing this. He's just being funny, but he's showing me wrapping some pipes in duct tape and to keep it from leaking. Okay, so has anyone said anything? Did they like me explaining the readings, or did they just want the reading? Did
I
anyone?
haven't seen.
Okay. Did anyone make any comments on here? You know how I was explaining I was getting the information. Do y'all just want the information, or do y'all like to know how I get it? If y'all can answer that.
If you liked your new computer screen.
Do I like my new computer screen? Oh.
She hasn't figured out how to use it.
Did y'all hear him? I haven't figured out how to use it. I was using it all day today. I don't know. I just don't like change. I don't like change. But I will. I'm getting used to it. Okay. He's very much talking about...
Explaining is awesome, according to Danny.
According to Danny. My one little fan out there. Danny likes my explaining. Okay, so he's showing me, Danny, that... Have you been trying to fix that yourself? Fix those plumbing problems yourself? He's saying that you need help to call someone in. Just someone else said just do the reading. They don't want the extra. To call someone in that you need some help on that.
I think you could spend an hour just on psychic.
Yeah, once you get going on psychic, you can get it going. Also, he's saying there's a shift in your job, Danny. He's showing me, I'm not sure if it's a different company, but you definitely are having a shift coming up in your job. And I'm feeling that coming around the end of the summer, around August time frame, this shift happening. And at first, you're going to be a little bit upset about it. Just, do you not like change either? You're going to be a little bit discomfited about it. But it's going to, in the long run, be a good move for you. So make sure that when a change comes up in your job, or how you're making your money around August, don't be upset about it. Go with the flow, because I feel like you are going to be kind of a little bit taken aback by it at first, but in the long run, it's going to be something good for you. Also, he is...
She hates change.
I know. You know, I just don't like technology change, because like I came in here this morning to do my readings and I sat down and it wasn't working the way I wanted it to. I was not happy. So, Uncle Jimmy here was showing me you learning to go with the flow, and how he did that. He showed me you on a surfboard kind of riding the waves of life. Like, it's so much easier if you just ride the waves of life. Sometimes those waves can get a little rocky though, Danny. I feel it. I'm feeling you. Those waves can get rocky. And it's been a little bit rocky over here on the earth side, Uncle Jimmy, just so you know. You haven't been paying attention. He's like, oh, I've been seeing, honey. I've been seeing. All right, thank you for letting me read your uncle, Danny. He was an absolute pleasure. Okay, I see my moderator down there writing fast and furious, but I'll read someone else before I go back to psychic.
Thank God.
She said, thank God. She's trying to write them all down. Okay. Y'all have missed her, right? Because when it's just my one moderator, I don't do a lot of psychic, so they missed you. Who's going to step up from the spirit realm? Okay. So, this young man stepping up. I always get these young ones when I just pull up. Honey, he has a major head injury. He passed. It was a major head injury. How'd you do that? It was an accident. I'm feeling a car involved, but I don't know why I don't feel myself in the car. But I'm feeling a major... What's your name? I'm feeling a D name. Doug? Dougie? Dave? Doug. I'm feeling a D name. And I'm thinking it's around something like a Doug. Okay. Head injury. Major head injury. And I'm feeling a car was involved, but I'm not necessarily feeling him in the car. So, like I said, I'm not quite sure what that's about. He is, I'm hearing 26. I'm also feeling that he, he was still going out with friends a lot. Like, he wasn't settled down in a marriage with kids and the whole gig. He was, he still liked to go out. He had a significant other, he's saying, but he still liked to go out.
Elisa?
Was he hit by a car? Is that what I'm feeling here? Okay. He is very much talking about that he...
She said yes.
Okay. I was wondering, because I was feeling this huge head injury, but it wasn't being in the car, but I was seeing a car. It was just like all this stuff, jumbled up stuff coming at me. He is.
2 cars racing.
He's talking about.
Head injury, yes.
I don't feel like he died instantly, but he was pretty much gone instantly, if that makes sense. If he was hanging on, so he wasn't feeling any pain. And that's the moral of him telling that story, because he keeps saying, I didn't suffer, I didn't suffer. I was just attached to my body, but being disconnected. So just know that he did not suffer.
Yep, pretty much. Instantly.
And he is at peace. And he's a funny guy, because how he was saying I was at peace, he said, it was a little shocking, but he shows me he turned, and he was looking at his body, and there was someone who had already passed, and he recognized them immediately. He's also talking about just the unbelievable, beautiful love that it vibrates over there. So I'm not sure why he's getting on this little, I was about to say a little soapbox, and he's like, it's not a soapbox. Okay, so not a soapbox, but he's very much talking about the unconditional love vibration over there. And he's making me feel like that someone has been judging you.
He was very cool, relaxed young man.
Someone has been judging you, and he's like, who are they to judge? They have no reason to judge you. And he's talking about, he said, I bet y'all feel like you're in the twilight zone over here. It is feeling a little,
You're the wrong person, my love.
it does feel a little weird over here, I must say. Yeah, it's been a little weird over here. Wouldn't y'all agree?
Yes, I know who's doing that.
Okay, sweetie, so, you know what my, I actually have t-shirts made up. If you're interested in them, they're on Zazzle, and they say, you may be qualified to do a lot of things, but judging my salvation is not one of them. And that can really just be taken across the board. You're not qualified to really judge anyone. Of course, you have the crazy people who's like, well, what about the murders? Of course, yes. If you are hurting other people, that has to be stopped. But just people out there living their lives and struggling to get by, don't be judging them.
He has t-shirts too.
Very good. Okay, also he's showing me that you have something, and he says that he's around you all the time, and this is why he's saying this, and I said prove it, because as y'all know, I don't let spirits just say, I'm around them. You have to say how. You have something, do you have like a flower hanging from your rear view mirror? There's something hanging from your rear view mirror, but it's something different. It's not just your typical smelly thing or your typical crystal. It's something different hanging from your rear view mirror in your car. And also he says you take off too fast. Just know, you take off a little fasty fast. So slow that sucker down.
Yes, a Harley Pig stuffed animal.
A Harley pig. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you so much for letting me read him. He was a joy. And you did an excellent job confirming the information. Good job. Good job. Okay.
My hand's cramping.
My psychic moderator is whining. She's saying, my hand's cramping. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay, wow. Okay, J.C. Zerwinski. Do you share negative words that come from spirits?
Like bad words?
Well,
Or negative?
exactly.
Say negative.
Bad or negative. So let me break this down a little bit. This lady, my last reading of the day, I was like, wow, your husband had quite the mouth on him. And she's like, yeah, are you talking about he cussed a lot? I was like, yes, because he just makes me want to say cuss words. And so I did say a few of them, and that's not the way I normally talk. Now, if the spirit is telling me something that could potentially, that you need to watch out for, that is negative coming your way, yes, I tell you. But that's really the only thing I get negative from spirits. Maybe if they had said bad words, if they are warning you about something coming your way, yes, I will say those. I don't have spirits coming through in a negative vibration though. Okay. Haley Clinton? Centron? Anyway. Will my relationship last? Yes, I feel like it will actually. Congratulations. Lindsay, will I be able to build our new home? Will we be able to build our new home? I'm not getting a lot of positivity in that area, and what dropped in was some scissors trying to cut through some paperwork. So I'm not sure what's going on there with that, but I'm not getting a lot of positivity. Just know psychic is never 100%. If I'm not giving you what you want to hear, please change the energy of that situation with manifestation work and positive thinking. Thank you for the lights. Taylor Evan, will I get an accounting job this year? Yes, I'm feeling a lot of positivity in that area. Sally Seashells, get over their financial struggles. I'm getting a little positivity in that area. So what that means to me is that yes, you're going to get over them, but it's going to be a lot of hard work and a lot of cutting back, which is never really any fun. I've been there, done that. No fun. Courtney, will I get the truck tomorrow? I'm not following a lot of positivity in tomorrow. Will she get the truck? What is today? Tomorrow's Wednesday?
Yeah.
Will she get the truck this week? No. Will she get the truck at all? I am feeling positivity towards the truck, just not in this week. Change the energy. Change it. Okay. Sooner twin. Partner and her get over issues. I'm not feeling a lot of positivity in that area. So, might just be something you need to work on harder. Like if you just thought it was going to happen, it's not going to just happen. Melissa, will I move to Georgia? Yes, I'm feeling you will move to Georgia. Brittany Bishon. It's Brittany something. On the right career path. No, I got a strong no on that. Brittany, I wish you were here for an appointment. We'd figure that out. Sherry Berry, 362. Will I find love? Yes, I feel like you will find love. Danny, will girlfriend and I marry in the next few years? I'm feeling a lot of positivity in that, Danny. Kelly Joe, 4444. Will I find love this year? Yes. I like it when I get positive answers. Anna, 8140. Will I have love again? You know, I was feeling just maybe in that. When I feel maybe, that tells me that it's going to be a little while. And you need to open your heart up more to the love. Something has happened to make you shut down your heart chakra. So you want to make sure you open your heart back up to that. Lisa Dugan, stay in the medical field. Yes, I am feeling a lot of positivity in that. Amy, 1019, will she get married in the next 2 years? I'm feeling, which I think it might be, if it's not in the next 2 years, it's going to be right after that. It's going to be very close to that 2-year mark. Katie FL, does he still love me? I feel like he loves you, but I was feeling a huge ego in the way. Christy Rosemary, will he propose soon? Let's break down soon. Like, I'm not liking the energy of that, so let's figure this out. Okay, will Christy Rosemary be proposed to by August? No. By the end of the year? Yes, I'm feeling by the end of the year. Which to me, that's pretty soon, because it's a proposal. That's a lot of commitment. Ruth Willie, will son and daughter-in-law conceive soon? I'm not feeling a lot of positivity in that area. Again, psychic is never 100%, so don't take what I say as the law. Change that. Change the energy. Mama to one boy, one girl. Is my current job a long-term job? Yes, I'm feeling a lot of positivity in that. I'm also feeling that there is room in that job for upward mobility. Joe, should I keep dating Jason, or is this a dead end? Should she keep dating Jason? You know, I am feeling that you should keep dating Jason. There are some things I'm feeling like Jason needs to work on. He has the ability to work on those, but there needs to be some communication. Just so you know, some communication with Mr. Jason. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I am getting a mom energy. And I'm hearing a Cheryl, Shelley, something like that. She had cancer and she did not like to wear wigs. She's showing me with a head wrap on. She was in and out of the hospital quite a bit, and she's dropping a particular time in my head where she is leaving the hospital. She's being pushed out in a wheelchair, and she has a head wrap on her head, and I can just see the look on the nurse behind her pushing the wheelchair, and there's a lot of sadness there, which tells me that they knew she was not going to make it. Like, they had told her, fight it, you might have a chance, but they felt like in their hearts she was not going to make it.
She walks for him, he says yes.
What's her name?
Claire.
Claire? All right, Miss Claire. This lady fought like...
Sharon, her grandmother.
She fought like crazy. And this lady had just a will about her, like an iron. She makes someone sit up straight, like an iron rod going up her back. She just had so much grace and inner strength about her. She was so sick. I mean, people knew she was sick, of course, because of her diagnosis, but she never complained. She might say, oh, you know, my stomach's not feeling well, or I'm hurting, or this or that. But she just had a ton of inner strength about her. And what she hated the most, she's saying, is towards the end of her life, she couldn't eat the things that she wanted to eat. And like this lady just...
Yes, very strong lady.
She just loved her food, and it just... everything just lost its appeal to her. It was like when that happened, when the food issue happened, she couldn't hold down her food. It was lost its flavor, she's telling me. She was just like, I was done. Also, she loved to listen to music. Very much like to have her music playing in the background. She's showing me angel wings. So I'm not sure how angel wings relate to you, if you just have an affinity for angels, if you have angel wings around your house, if you see angel wings out and about, but she's really showing me that you are connected to angel wings, and she tries to put them in front of you as much as she can. She is talking about you have recently been talking about her to someone, and she loves it. She's still talked about. Like, you still love her, still talk about her, still keep her memory alive. She absolutely loves that you do that.
I always tell stories about her.
Yeah, she loves it. And she can't believe that you remember so much about her. It's like you have this photographic memory when it comes to her and the things she did and her stories. She's like, I can't believe that baby just remembers all that about me. You could just talk for days. You could just talk for days about her, all her stories.
Yeah, she was a huge part of my life.
She must have been quite the character. I wonder what kind of stories my grandbabies are going to tell about me. She is very much talking about, you were with a bunch of people yesterday during the 4th of July, and her being around you, and she shows me you doing this. Like, you kept feeling like there was something on your shoulder. You know how you feel like if there's a hair on you, and you're like, oh my goodness, where is that? I can't get it off of me. It's just kind of tickling you. So she shows me you kept doing that yesterday, and that was actually her.
Stop.
Yeah, that was her around you. I love that she was doing that. Did you think it was a bug? She said she thought it was.
This is so specific.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you calling me out on being specific. Thank you.
Yeah, she's crying.
So just know that the next time you think there's a hair or a bug on you and you keep doing this and you can't find it, that is completely your grandma messing with you.
She said thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. Thank you so much for letting me read her. She was a joy to read.
How about Uncle Brad for Cheyenne?
Uncle Brad.
Correct. I'm trying to write. I can't repeat.
Okay, real quick, I haven't done my PSA in a moment. I just want to remind everyone that I will not be... Real quick, Cheyenne, don't go anywhere. I'm about to try to pull up your Uncle Brad. But before I get into that, I want to make sure everyone knows I will not be direct messaging you for any readings after we're done here. I don't know any don't Venmo any psychic medium money. I don't know any legit ones that to reach out to. I do, again, don't forget my event next Tuesday. Limiting the number, it starts at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you get the Zoom link immediately up on registering, but I will also send out the link the day of again, just as a reminder. So I'll create a list and send out the Zoom link again. So you can only, I see someone said, how do you get, oh, I receive a message from you. Yeah, it's not me. Not me. Only on Christy Godwin Psychic Medium can you get a reading. I have a couple of different options. There's a 15-minute option. That option actually is kind of funny. It came about because I had several friends message me, and for the first time they did it, I didn't think anything about it, but in their capital letters, WWCD, what would Christy do? And then they would ask me a question. And after like the 5th or 6th time, the last was another psychic medium. I was like, what is up with this? She's like, Christy, you know how I teach synchronicity? She said, this is what's called a synchronicity. Sometimes people just need a little checkup. So make sure that you only register on my website. There's that 15-minute option. There's a 30-minute option and an hour. And then if you want something cheaper, there's a $25 Zoom event, which is next Tuesday. I'll send out. You get a link automatically, but I'm also sending out the links the day of the event, so it pops back up again. Okay, Cheyenne, for your Uncle Brad, I'm getting someone who is very cowboyish energy. So make sure that you're confirming or denying. Do not make it fit. If it doesn't fit, we will just find out who this young man belongs to. And whenever, yes, it's only $25 and it's Zoom.
Somebody asking if they can pay for a reading. Can they just do it by phone?
You can do it by phone. I will tell you that when you go to my website and register, you're automatically sent a Zoom link, because the vast majority of my business is done via Zoom, and it's easier just to have my it automatically done. If you want a reading in person, or if you want a reading some other way, like by phone, then you have to message me after you've registered. Just email me or send me a message through my Facebook. Okay, so Miss Cheyenne, I'm feeling a cowboy energy when it comes to your uncle, and I'm not saying that he was actually out running cattle, but he's definitely wearing boots and jeans and a button-up shirt. Also, he's showing me a leather belt with a belt buckle. He was someone who, there was a local bar he hung out in. He's showing me.
Yes.
Okay, very good. I am in Bellevue, Nebraska. Someone said for in-person readings.
Can somebody book with you once a month if they want to?
Can someone book it? We'd have to. Can someone book with me once a month? That's according to what they're wanting. If someone is wanting like life coaching, yes, I life coach. You actually, yes. But if you're wanting to talk to your past relatives, it's about if you're using a psychic medium for a crutch and not getting through your grief process. If it's more of just like you want a reading and then you also want some life coaching, yes. But not if it's keeping you from grieving your loved ones and getting through that process. Okay, so Uncle Brad here was patiently being not patient. So he was like this, kind of tapping trying to be patient, trying to know I needed to answer these questions, but like, come on now. Come on. Cheyenne, I don't know what this man's talking about. He's saying that he's a legend. Is he a legend? I think he's fibbing. I think he's pulling my leg, Cheyenne. He's talking about he is a legend in the making. He is still talked about. I don't believe him. He is discussing, and I don't know if you know how much was going on in his...
Oh, yes, he is.
He says he's a legend. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Okay, Uncle Brad, Cheyenne confirmed that you are a legend. My bad.
People talk about him every day.
My bad, Uncle Brad, you are a legend. He's talking about that there was something up with his paperwork when he passed. Like it caused some issues, and he didn't plan correctly. He's very much knowing that he should have done a better job on that. He said, I thought I had all my T's crossed and my I's dotted, and he's apologizing for there being a little bit of issue with his paperwork. I feel like there was some kind of infighting. I don't know if you were privy to that. And he is apologizing. He's also saying that he's saying significant other. So I'm not sure, did he not leave a spouse behind because he's calling his partner a significant other? And usually people do that if they had a long-term relationship with someone but they weren't officially married. So he's saying let her know it's him messing with the TV. So there you go, Cheyenne. When spirits step up and want you to deliver messages to people that
I'd leave her behind.
Okay. So make sure you don't just blurt it out.
They were not actually married.
Okay, I was feeling that because he was calling her a partner like they were not officially married. So when spirits want you to deliver a message, always say it's free will and you want to make sure that person believes in mediumship. Spirits will just use any kind of way to get their message through. But I say you want to make sure. I don't go out randomly reading people. I don't go out randomly delivering messages. It's just not ethically okay. And it's the same thing. You don't want to deliver a message and it go completely against her religious beliefs, or then her be scared or worried that, there's people around her. So just make sure that she believes in psychic mediumship before you deliver a message. But I feel like she does. He's saying that she would be excited to know that it's him. I still say check it out for Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, he's talking about, have you been thinking about going back to school, furthering your education out there? That's a dog snoring, just so you know. That wasn't me. Because he's very much showing me my sign for higher education. So if you're thinking about going back and getting some higher education, do it. He's very much encouraging you to do that. And you've just been holding yourself back.
Yes.
Yeah. Do it, Cheyenne. You're going to get older anyway. Might as well get older with that piece of paper. All right, Miss Cheyenne, thank you so much for letting me read your Uncle Brad. He was a joy, and let me tell you, the spirits have been on it tonight. Have these spirits not been being specific tonight? I so appreciate them. They have been great communicators, and they have just been coming through like crazy. Okay. Got some psychic going on. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's where... Look. She tells me where I left off. I appreciate that because I started at the top. I was like, wait a minute, I've already answered this. Okay. Alyssa Ann, 88. Will I get pregnant this year? I'm feeling like you will. I actually really like that. I'm feeling you will. And I don't know why. Usually when people ask me psychic questions, I don't give a lot of information like, you need to do this or you need to do that. I'm feeling like you need to do some chakra work. Like you need to kind of clear up some stuck energy. Daisy. Daddy happy about she's having a baby. I'm feeling Dad saying that, how is he putting this? I'm trying to get it right. And why am I getting him? Is he in spirit?
I'm guessing.
I'm hearing that that he's so happy you're going to be a mom and that you're going to be a phenomenal mom. Andrea Nicole, 4110, job change right for her. You know, I'm getting that the job change was right for you right now, and that you're going to be in this is like a jumping point job. It's a job that you're not going to be in forever, and you're going to kind of use it as a jumping off spot. Rachel Rogers wants to know, is her boyfriend her life partner? I am feeling he is. Congratulations on that. I'm feeling y'all get along really well. He's trying. He's had to make some changes for you, and he's done a really good job. Horse Lover 2000. Will we be able to see our grandkids? Yes, soon. Soon. Yes. Desiree Rawlings, stepdad watch over me and my girls. He does. Have you been taking, you need to look, Desiree Rawlings, you need to look at pictures that you've taken lately, because he's showing me he has put some orbs and some pictures around you. So go back and look at pictures you've taken recently. In the last 3 days, I'm hearing. And there's going to be some orbs in those. Sassy Shanabas? Will I move to Texas in the next 6 months? I'm not feeling positivity in that, but again, not 100%. Change the energy. Madison, will I get a new job soon? Yes, ma'am. What am I feeling? Hold on. Should we get one by the end of August? I'm feeling by the end of August you're going to have a new one. Laura Castoroni, did I make the right decision for my job? You did. Huge positivity in that. I felt great positivity in that. Britannica 207, new job for me and daughter. Yes. Yes. You know, there was a question that kept coming up, and it seems like every time I looked up from a reading, it was coming up. And it wasn't on this question, so my moderator must have missed it coming through, but for whatever reason, every once in a while when I'm looking up, something will just pop off the screen at me. And the question was, I don't even remember who it was, but I just kept saying, should I leave? I don't typically tell people should they leave. I just let Spirit give the pros and cons of information. But actually, whoever that was, I'm not feeling that you're completely safe in the environment that you're in. I'm getting that who you're with is critical. Like, they're always telling you to change. You just can't do anything right for them. And nothing is going to be good enough for them unless you're doing it exactly the way they want. And that's a resounding issue they've had in all of their relationships. That is a sign of control, and those people that are controlling like that can typically have anger issues. So if you're seeing any kind of anger issues, any kind of breaking of things, any kind of lashing out, any kinds of doing this, that's an anger management sign, so please watch your safety, honey. Okay. Oh, that was you I read, right? The Cheyenne was you. You pulled her for me. Okay, so I'm getting, before I could even refocus, I heard Uncle Roger. Uncle Roger was, I'm hearing Uncle Roger, and kind of a geeky nerd type dude, but not like the glasses and all that, just someone who was more, he didn't like to do outside things a lot. He was more like to read. He liked to debate things. He was kind of someone who was a, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who likes to study and learn and all that. What's that word I'm looking for? I'm losing it. I'm missing my word, but you know what I mean. Okay, Book nerd. Also, I'm showing that an academic, there you go. Thank you so much. That is the word I was looking for. Academic. Thank you. Okay. Also, or intellectual, all of those will work. I'm also not a Rhodes Scholar. He wasn't that smart. He's all excited though that someone was calling him a Rhodes Scholar. Okay. I'm also getting that he could dress a little bit nerdy. Something about his shoes. His shoes were kind of not trendy, just comfortable, just kind of nerdy shoes. And I'm also seeing, I'm not sure if he actually wore these kind of pants or if this is just a symbol for him dressing nerdy. You know the old corduroy pants that had like the thick corduroy in it? That's what he's wearing. That's very specific. Okay, let's recap. And if he is yours, please put a yes in the comments. I'm hearing an Uncle Roger. He was an academic, intellectual type, nerdy guy, but he didn't make a ton of money. I mean, he did okay, but he just didn't make a ton of money with it. He's showing me with these thick corduroy pants, and he is also some of his shoes. He wore very nerdy shoes. He had thinning brown hair. How old were you when you passed, dude? He was in his 70s when he passed. Someone says on here, I just happened to pop up and I said, should I become a stay-at-home mom? Yes, you should. But I'm seeing you'll be home for 5 years. Okay, so this gentleman does not belong to anyone. Poor guy. We're going to have to put him in my parking spot. Look at y'all. Sending somebody to the parking spot. Come on now. All right. Uncle Roger, you wanted my parking spot. So clearly he's been here before because he comes over and stands where my parking spot is. My moderator's looking up at me like, what? I'm over here in the parking spot.
Elizabeth, brother Chris.
Okay. Instantly, whenever Elizabeth, brother Chris, I got adrenaline junkie. And he is, again, you can confirm or deny. Don't make it. This is for Elizabeth, her brother Chris, but please do not make it fit.
She said yes.
Oh, okay. You know, whenever someone can say that so quickly, Elizabeth has already confirmed this is her brother Chris, that instantly he stepped up. And how I knew that he was an adrenaline junkie, he's just showing me all these different activities that he did. But it wasn't just one activity. It was like everything. This guy was always game to try anything. He is also showing that he can be a little bit fly by the seat of his pants. He wasn't real good about setting a goal and accomplishing it. He also, and this isn't, I was going to say, I don't know how to say it without it sounding negative. It's not. But he couldn't always depend it on to be there at a certain time. Like if he says, yeah, I'm going to come over to your house. I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock would turn around. No. You just never know. He had very much a squirrel brain. Like he would get distracted. And then see someone we text him. He'd be like, oh yeah, I got to go. I forgot I was supposed to be somewhere. This guy had a huge squirrel brain. Someone said something about my squirrel brain earlier. I got nothing on this guy. Nope. He is, I don't know why he just dropped, like one of those pictures I tell y'all that gets dropped in sometimes. He is going through a kitchen and there someone has made cookies and the cookies are still on the cookie sheet and he is grabbing a cookie to eat it. And he is like it's hot, but he has to eat it. So I don't know why he dropped that memory in, if it's one you have of him or if it's one you remember seeing him doing, but he's dropping that memory of eating that cookie. He is also talking about, there are some videos of him around that.
We made peanut butter cookies at his house.
Oh, you made peanut butter cookies at his house. Very good. I don't know what these spirits are doing to me tonight. Divinity, cookies, talking about all the sweets. He is talking about you were recently looking at a video of him. Somebody was recently looking at a video of him and laughing about his prankster self and his inability to focus and him just always teasing people. He was such a teaser. Also, Elizabeth, this is going to be an odd question, but have you been smelling him lately?
Something yes on Facebook, the ice.
Oh,
challenge.
yeah, the ice challenge. Yeah, oh, yeah, so complete adrenaline junkie. Have you been smelling him? So that's called clairalience. So whenever you walk into a room or when you go somewhere and you smell a relative that has transitioned to the other side, it's called clairalience. And he's very much making me feel like you have smelled him. And that is a way of spirits letting you know that they're around you.
I'm not sure about smell. I smelled something the other day.
Mm-hmm. That must be why he's mentioning it, because I just feel you going, you're smelling something and you're like, that reminds me of something. I can't quite place it. That reminds me of something. And he's like doing this. That was me. That was me. Like knocking on your head. That was absolutely me. He's also talking about that there's no regrets in his, oh my goodness, whoever was talking about my phone being low, it just gave me the notification. I have a low battery. There is absolutely no regrets. He lived and died on his own terms, he said, and he would not change a thing. He absolutely lived a brilliant life, did everything he wanted, and he very much doesn't want anyone to feel bad about his passing, which he knows that you are going to miss him. He doesn't mean it like that, but in the fact that, no, I had a beautiful life. I lived and died on my own terms. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth, for letting me read your brother. He did a really good job. Do we have any more psychic? Or...
She.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
She asked if he was with his Nana. Let me get it right when we speak. Is he with our Nana?
He said, in a very cocky kind of way, you know Nana's hanging out with me. Like, kind of insinuating that he was the favorite and his Nana's going to be hanging out with him. That's what he's insinuating.
Can you answer a question before you go?
What?
If a loved one doesn't come through, does that mean they don't want to communicate?
Oh. Let me just answer this. If a loved one doesn't come through, does it mean they don't want to communicate? Okay. So I'm going to knock on wood and I'm going to say, I have never gone looking for the main spirit you come look in them not to come through. No, it does not mean that they don't want to communicate. It makes me crazy when I hear mediums say that. It could be for a variety of reasons. Like I'm going to give you a couple examples. I had a reading the other day, and oh my goodness, this one spirit, it was like freaking pulling teeth getting information out of him. So finally I turned to the guy, my client, I was like, your dad did not like to communicate and talk much, did he? And he's like, no, he didn't. Now, I will tell you, had I read that spirit at the beginning of my mediumship career, I would have said I can't get them but I've read so many spirits now, I knew it was just hard to communicate with. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen a spirit not want to communicate with you. Again, I was in a mediumship circle the other day with other mediums, and someone had brought up someone's dad, and that same person said, is he with my mom? And so the medium, it was a mediumship training circle, said, well, I'm not quite, I think your mom died of dementia, I'm hearing, and she needs time to recuperate. No, they don't. They're in freaking heaven. They're recuperated. So, it was that medium's inability to bring that spirit through. And then she had this other person feeling very badly. And this mom is standing in front of me dropping all this information in. So your loved one wants to come through. Is the medium having an off day? Are they tired? Are they...
Is it TikTok? Because it's hard to get everybody.
My moderator said, is it TikTok? Because it's hard to get everybody. Because I do receive messages when I'm off of TikTok, people complaining that they didn't get a reading, and I do understand how badly you want one. But also, if you're on TikTok, sometimes it's you have spirits clamoring. There's a lot of activity. So if we are on a live and I haven't brought up, like I'm asking for your Uncle Joe, and I grab Aunt Marge or something, I will take the blame for that. There's a lot of spirits over there, and I take who charges to the forward. Okay.
Somebody asked if you do mentoring.
I do mentoring. Yes, I do. That's under my life coaching realm, if you're just curious of how that works. So when people come to me for life coaching, it can be life coaching or mentoring. I'm also having a intro to mediumship class starting in August and an advanced circle starting in August. To sit in the circle, you need to have read before, but then the intro to mediumship is beginners. Hey, Haler 714, moved to Texas. No, I'm not. I got a huge no. What's this piece of hair doing sticking up here?
Classes in August.
Classes in August, yes. The circle starts August 2nd, and the class starts August 10th. The circle lasts for 5 weeks, and it's $50. And because it's just an hour, we're just you come. I give you something to practice. You pop into a breakout room and practice. You have to have read before. The intro to mediumship is basics. This is how you read. This is how you get information. This is how you work with your clairs, and that's $160 because you also get a one-on-one mentoring with me in that. It's a quick one, but you still get it. And then you get to ask me questions every week. Madison, will I get organs this year? I'm not feeling a lot of positivity in that, honey, but use manifestation. Just envision yourself and feel the energy of it, of getting those organs. Maria, will I find a new job quickly if I lose my current job? I'm getting that you will find a new job quickly. It won't be your dream job, but it will be a nice jumping off point. Lisa, will I get back with Shannon? I'm not feeling positivity in that. Colt's mommy, does my dad come and talk to my son? He does, actually. He does a lot. Oh my goodness, yes. Angie Brewer, will my husband and I ever conceive? I get that you will conceive. I do. April Creates, should I stop coaching? You know, I'm getting no. But when I said, okay, clearly you wouldn't be asking me that if you weren't frustrated. And so I double asked. When I got no that you weren't supposed to stop coaching, I heard firm boundaries. So there are some people that are just taking advantage of you, and that's what's making you not like coaching anymore. You need to set up some firm boundaries. And I know, I mean, I taught child development for 20 years. I ran a daycare preschool. Boundaries are tough when it comes to kids. And it's never the kids that you don't like, it's always the parents. This is AJCUEVAS. I don't know how to pronounce that. 8390, new job coming soon. Okay, let's break this down soon. Is it coming by August? I'm getting the end of August, beginning of September. Nadia, homeschool still right for her family? Actually, I got no, and that breaks my heart to say because we were homeschoolers. We homeschooled all of our kids. That breaks my heart to say, but I gotta know.
Somebody asked how your daughter's surgery went.
It went really well. Here, you want to see her? I showed her earlier. Let me show her again. Oh, here y'all can't see her. Can you see her?
Mm-hmm. You can see me.
She loves it when you know, y'all have heard me say it before. What's the mama for? If you can't kind of compare. She's so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Allie Wilson 10. Will I ever find my sister Iris? I'm getting a yes. You will. Sharon Anatoly, brother and boyfriend watching over me. I'm getting the R, honey. That's a lot of loss. Sarah Tuttle, 280. Are we in our forever home? Nope, you are not in your forever home. I'm getting, it's going to be a better one. Blue Coconut. Can spirits come to you in your dreams? Yes, they can. That's one of the easier ways for them to come to you because you're already in that meditative state. CC Wynn, will I be financially stable by the end of the year? You know, I'm getting like, so I think it's going to be more into the first quarter of next year before you're fully financially stable. And, okay. Before I go on to this next reading, one more PSA. I will not be asking you to Venmo me or send me any money when I'm finished here tonight or ever. I will never direct message you. No psychic medium will. I know a lot of psychic mediums and none of them direct message anyone. So please don't send money. No money, no money, no Venmo, no Venmo. Okay, so a couple of things I have coming up and then we'll move on to the next spirit. I have the Zoom event coming up next week. So now y'all get to see the red bar. On my website, under events, magical moments, I'm limiting the seating to 25. So usually I limit it and then, you know, not everyone can show up. And that is gallery. So I will pull up spirits and people claim them. And then, yes, you will be on my screen. You will be able to see everyone and I'll be able to see you because it's via Zoom. You get the Zoom link immediately when you register. And I send them out again the day of. Also, if the only place you can get a reading is on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. There's a 15, 30, and an hour option. Did that cover everything? All right. Who you got for me?
Katie, Aunt Dee Dee.
Katie wants her Aunt Dee Dee. Okay. So, Miss Katie, make sure you confirm or deny. If it doesn't fit, please don't make it fit. We'll just see who she belongs to. I got someone who was kind of an eclectic soul. This lady was, yeah, she did the whole family thing, had kids and all that, but she never quite... Okay, I have to answer this question that someone just asked, and we'll come back to this, Katie. Someone asked if my daughter reads as well. So, no, she doesn't. She's in nursing school. But she could if she wanted. I've told her that. She's crazy. She's crazy tapped in. And I don't know if she'll ever do that. Will you ever do that, McKenna? She said she doesn't know. She could do it while she's in nursing school.
In her spare time.
That one.
Okay. So I'm getting Aunt Dee Dee that yes, she did the whole family thing, but she was very eclectic. Does she feel she can? Yes, she knows she can. Sometimes if I'm working a forensic case and I need like some ideas bouncing off of someone, I would just like, give me your drop-ins, and I'll see how they, especially with forensics, because sometimes when you work in a forensics case, you just want all the information you can and you can sift through it.
Someone asked if it does help in nursing. Ari says that helps in nursing. It really does.
Yes, it does help in nursing. You know, she's a CNA at a local, or med tech at a local nursing home, and it's because she can go in there and instantly tell if something's off with the patient or where they're kind of hurting or what they're not saying. And Dee Dee is also showing me that she was a very casual lady. She was this great mix of a person, kind of a tomboy, but she did still do the girly things, if that makes sense. So she had kind of this athletic build. And she said yes. Just a lot of fun to be around. Because she didn't take herself too seriously. She was someone who could do the tomboy stuff and she could also do the girl stuff. Just a really great person to be around. She says actually, Katie, that you're a lot like that. A little bit more on the girly side. But you very much like to keep it real. You like to just hang with the guys. You like to you like to have the manicures and pedicures, but you also like to go out four-wheeling. I don't know why I said four-wheeling. Do you like to four-wheeling? That's what I'm hearing from her.
Yes.
Good for you. That's kind of fun. Reminds me of this weekend. Did y'all see what I was doing this weekend? Did y'all see my TikTok about that? I was splitting wood. Actually, my husband ended up slinging most of it. I was putting it in the wheelbarrow. And y'all should see my beautiful lined up wood. It was that firewood's all lined up, all pretty. I was pretty proud of it. Got some exercise in too. So your Aunt Dee Dee is, you saw.
Amy said I saw it.
Yeah, that thing was so cool. For any of y'all who've had to split wood with the wedge and the sledgehammer, go rent yourself a splitter. Pull the little lever and that wood was just cracking apart. I was so impressed. So impressed. Okay, she's telling me, Katie, that you are very much the same way and that she is just proud of the way that you are living your life, that you are charging forward. And she showed me 2 major setbacks this year. And it was a beautiful how she showed that to me. She shows me someone being on the ground, just kind of, they've been knocked down, they get up and they're like, oh man, that sucked. And then you just keep charging forward. She is so proud of your ability to ride the waves of life and charge forward and not take yourself too seriously. So she absolutely loves that. And Katie, what is beautiful about you also is you honestly don't care when people judge you. I mean, it has to bother you a little bit, but for the most part, you do not care when people judge you. I see you very much shrugging your shoulder like, that's their fault. I love that. I love that energy when people can just not care when others are judging them. It's taken me a long time to get to that point. It took me, I don't know, like 45 years. I'm a slow learner. It took me a while to get there. But let me tell you, when I didn't care. I also didn't care when it came to my kids. So there is that. She is showing me, Katie, your aunt is making me want to take a necklace and kind of rub it. So is that a habit you have, or do you wear a necklace that reminds you of someone? Because she's very much just making me want to take a necklace and rub it. Can we buy a reading during your life?
Not a life reading.
I want to address that though. Whenever spirits drop in things like they see you playing.
I took one off our every day and did that.
Okay, very good. When spirits drop things in like that, so Katie said that she just took one off that she used to do that. She would do that with, and she wore it every day. That is just a sign that spirit is around you. So I don't allow spirits to step up and just say, yes, I'm around them. They have to prove it to me. They have to say something that you do on a daily basis, or something I wouldn't know. And so that is a sign that she is around you. Thank you so much for letting me read her. Now, someone asked just now if you can pay for a reading while you're on alive. And no, because honestly, I don't know how to manage that. I mean, I know I've had a couple of other mediums that do it. I've had people ask me. And so I'm just not sure. So what if you have 20 people who Venmo you money? It's not fair. How much are they Venmoing? How long are the readings? I just don't know how I would manage that. So that's why I don't do it. But I am having my event next Tuesday. It is very small, keeping the numbers very small. And it's only $25 for that Zoom event. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all, and I hope everyone has a blessed evening. I am going to be live tomorrow night on Facebook, as my grandmother would say, God willing. God willing, I'm going to be on Facebook tomorrow, and hopefully we can manage that. Last time we did it, it was kind of like wonky because we'd never done it before. So, what all does Zoom event entail? Okay, so what you do is you go and you buy a ticket right there. you automatically get a Zoom event, a Zoom link, and then you will, on the night of, pop up on my big screen. See my big screen? Then when you pop up on my big screen, I admit everyone that's coming in, and then my thing. There it is. So as you come in, I welcome everyone. We get started. I will describe a spirit. The great thing about the Zoom events, if y'all have never seen one before, is because, okay, it sounds like 3 people say, that sounds like my grandmother. I unmute all 3 of those people, and then we narrow it down to exactly who it is. So that's the great thing about the lives when it's on Zoom. And then once we narrow it down to who it is, we get to communicate back and forth. Because y'all hear me say sometimes on here, oh my goodness, if you were here in person, we'd be getting to the bottom of this. So that is exactly what happens. And it's just a lot of fun. What else was I going to say about it? I guess that's really it. I admit everyone, you can see everyone is a good fit if you're really only looking for one person. You know, it's hard for me to answer that question because it is, if your person comes through, it's a great fit. If they don't, then you're going to feel like a little disappointed that your one person didn't come through. I don't know. I have, I had the best 30-minute reading ever. Thank you, honey. Yeah, some of my 30-minute readings lately, there's like, I say, put your seatbelts on. I can feel your spirits lining up, and we could just go boom, 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 boom. And they have been very good. I'm telling you, the spirits lately have been so good with their information, their identifications, and just showing who they are and that they're around you. Oh, thank you. Miss Millie Grace said, oh, someone said you had 6 people come through in 30 minutes. Yes, that's one of those. Let me tell you, if you have 6 people come through in 30 minutes, they are boom, 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 boom. Can you connect to someone that's from a different country? Yes, I read someone earlier today who was of Indian descent. I think that's where she was. She was from Indian descent. She spoke English. You have to speak English, your spirit does not, because your spirit can communicate with me energetically, and I can understand them, but you have to speak English because that's the only language I know. All right, so I think I have answered all the questions. Looks like I have. All right, thank y'all. Let's see. He's telling me to talk through you. I feel someone says something about, can I cut when the sun? Okay, I have brought through spirits as soon as 20 minutes after their passing. But you have to be ready for the reading. I've also had people come to me for readings that they just were not ready. And if you're not ready, you just don't get your money's worth. It's just not worth it for you. Spirits, it's not about them. It's about you being ready for it. All right. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great evening.